In September 2025, tensions in the Caribbean have escalated to levels not seen in years. The United States has deployed a powerful naval force just off Venezuela's coast, sparking fears of confrontation and triggering behind-the-scenes diplomacy. Officially, Washington calls it a counter-narcotics operation. But with 7 warships, 3 amphibious assault vessels, a nuclear-powered submarine, and more than 4,500 troops, including 2,200 Marines, many see this as a show of force aimed squarely at the Maduro government. Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro has blasted the buildup, calling it criminal and illegal. He's using the moment to rally domestic support, strengthen national defenses, and present himself as a defender of sovereignty. But away from the cameras, quiet negotiations are underway. Anonymous U.S. officials admit that while the public narrative is focused on drug trafficking, private contacts with regional partners and international organizations are aimed at containing the crisis and avoiding direct conflict. Venezuela has also turned to the United Nations and other global forums, signaling a willingness, at least publicly, to resolve disputes through diplomacy. In these secretive talks, Venezuela is pressing for several major concessions. 1. Sanctions relief especially on oil, state assets abroad, and licensing for U.S. companies like Chevron. 2. Humanitarian programs access to frozen assets to fund UN-managed aid and social protection. 3. Sovereignty guarantees, assurances of no U.S. military intervention and respect for territorial integrity. 4. Migration and prisoner deals cooperation on deportation flights and possible exchanges for detained Americans. The U.S. remains divided, with some policymakers pushing for a hardline stance, and others showing flexibility, tying any relief to democratic reforms and negotiations with the opposition. Analysts say even small concessions require reciprocal steps from both sides. A prisoner release, for example, might unlock limited sanctions relief. Across the region, countries are watching closely. Allies like Cuba have condemned the U.S. presence and backed Venezuela at the UN. Others in the Caribbean and Latin America are quietly consulting with Washington, seeking reassurance that the operation won't destabilize the region. Publicly, the rhetoric is fiery. Privately, the diplomacy is fragile. For now, both sides seem intent on avoiding war, but with this level of military buildup, the stakes remain dangerously high.